Hello everybody, and thank you Arti for that wonderful introduction. It is an honor to be the first one speaking today. Hello everybody, my name is Zayna Cheema. First of all, can you all hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay, great. I hope you all are having a great evening, and today I will be talking about the well-known topic of animals. I will be talking about two topics today, which include first, animal impacts, and second, animal status and rights. So first, to start off, animal impacts. Those of you who don't know, animals of any kind and any size can make huge impacts on our environment, ecosystem, and world. They can be from small to big, from thin to wide, from diagonal to... You get the point.
Yeah.
Animals are part of our ecosystem. I'm going to make an animal sound, and you have to guess what animal it is. It's quite obvious once you hear it. Anybody? Yeah, it's the wolves. So let's start off with the wolves. Who knows about the Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming? Great. I'm going to give you a short, brief history on the animals that lived there. So when the deer lived there, they were overpopulated, and they ate most of the fertile areas in Yellowstone, causing the park to become barren. So in response, the Yellowstone Park Rangers reintroduced a small pack of wolves after 70 years of their extinction from that park. And the wolves huffed and puffed and blew them away. Basically, the wolves amazed the park rangers. The wolves changed the behavior of the deer, pushing them into different areas. They also ate and reduced the deer population a little bit, allowing the park to recover its fertile areas. And when it did that, the wildlife started to sprout up with all the trees. Songbirds and all kinds of birds flew in and built nests. Beavers chopped down the new trees in order to create dams, which then created even more homes for animals like otters and mongols and amphibians and reptiles to thrive. In the sky, bald eagles and ravens flew in and finished off the leftover deer carcasses. The bears also wanted some of that action and feasted on the regrowing berries and shrubs. The wolves also competed with the coyotes, ensuring the populations of mice and rabbits. And then those small animals didn't have much time before they became new prey for animals like otters and weasels and foxes and badgers. But most interestingly, the wolves changed the rivers. The rivers reacted in response to the wolves. The wolves changed the rivers because the regenerating forests stabilized the banks, and allowing the river banks to become more fixed. And there's also less water erosion, causing pools to form, which then created even more habitats for animals like yaks. And there is also less soil erosion, allowing the river to flow more fluently. And thus, the wolves not only changed the ecosystem of Yellowstone National Park, which is already pretty huge, but they also changed the Yellowstone National Park's physical geography. That's how the wolves made some pretty good impacts, but the whales also made some pretty competitive impacts. The whales boosted marine animal populations and combated climate change, and I'll get to that in a sec. So first, the whales. People thought that killing the whales would mean more krill and plankton. People wanted more krill, and whales eat krill and plankton, so that makes sense. Beep, no, absolutely incorrect. Actually, whales help krill and plankton populations, and here's why. When whales roam about in the deep, then they come to their surface. At the photic zone, where there's enough light for photosynthesis, they release what biologists call fecal plumes. These plumes are actually whale poop, don't be grossed out, but they are rich in iron and nitrogen. And these nutrients are very scarce at the surface, but they help fertilize plankton. And so the plankton's being fertilized, and the whales also kick up the water, pushing the plankton up, giving it more time to reproduce. And more plankton means more animal plankton, krill, and other small varieties of fish that are eaten by bigger fish like the whales, and bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, and so on. And you won't believe the next part of how whales combat climate change. The plankton that the whales have created not only feeds the animals of the deep, but it also absorbs carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. We all know less carbon dioxide means a better climate. And so if we had more whales, like we used to do when they were more populous, we would have a better climate. Something you may ask, what happens to the carbon dioxide when it gets absorbed? It sinks down to the bottom where it either remains or gets blown up by an underwater volcano. I would go rambling on and on and on about all the other huge impacts that animals make, but we probably wouldn't even get through half of the list to the next presidential election in 2020. But at least you would get to miss Donald Trump's reign.
Yay.
On that thought, let's talk about animal status and rights. Animals have three general statuses of themselves. There's fluent, there's overpopulated, and then there's endangered. Animals deserve rights, as in protection, but definitely not political rights. That would be just disastrous. Could you imagine having animals as presidents? Maybe another Donald Trump somewhere in those animals? A koala with a walking stick and a hat giving motivational speeches? Or a lion demanding all the food and territory for himself? I couldn't imagine any of that. Well, I probably am right now, and you guys are too, and you're thinking of Zootopia and flying rabbits, but you get that point. Endangered animals shouldn't be killed. Killing endangered animals like the whale is just harming the environment, the ecosystem, us, the earth, and basically every other endangered animal out there, and everything else on the planet. You know, animals never deserved to be recurrently killed in the first place. They deserve our help and protection. Animals can actually benefit our ecosystem and environment and help us in our technology. For instance, panda dung, don't be grossed out, mixed with bamboo actually creates environmentally harm-free biofuel. In conclusion, I talked about two topics today: animal impacts and animal status and rights. I chose the topic of animals because I wanted to express to you my love and knowledge for animals. I also wanted to make you aware of what's happening. Who loves the cuteness of the red pandas, the fierceness of lions, the speed of cheetahs, or the awesomeness of rhinos, and basically every other endangered animal out there? We need to protect them all. And we need to stop poaching, take actions against poaching, and start caring more for animals and work together to create a better environment and a well-balanced and greater world. But does anybody have any questions?
Which
Nope.
is your favorite animal?
The young man said, "What is my favorite animal?" My favorite animal is the red panda. Does that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Any more questions?
Do you have any pets at home?
Huh?
Do you have any pets at home?
So the young man asked, do I have any pets at home? I used to have a fish, but he died last year or 2 years ago or something like that. Does that answer your question?
Sure.
Any more questions? Okay. Thank you all for listening and have a great rest of your day.